Another tech mystery solved. So video number 2 in this series of tech tips for things that are hard to find on Google. And it gets frustrating when you're trying to figure out how something works or what something means. So basically, I got a 6-month subscription to Apple Music when I bought, I think, a pair of AirPods for my wife. So I'm testing it out, see if I like it. I've been using YouTube Music for several years, I guess. Technically, when the Google Play Music went end of life and we were forced to use YouTube Music in its wake, I've been using YouTube Music since then. And I'm going to test out Apple Music to see, do I like it? And so far I like it. I like the crossfade functionality the best. That songs kind of blend naturally like a DJ would mix them in, and that's kind of a good thing. And also the fact that it doesn't just play the singles from albums. It kind of, not deep cuts necessarily, but sometimes deep cuts, that songs I've never heard of from albums of artists that I like, sometimes from albums or EPs that I didn't even know existed. So I guess that is a deep cut, but you typically don't get as many of the radio songs, and so I like that when you're doing like a playlist that's when it's mixing it for you. But anyway, back to the point of the video. There's this thing on Apple Music on the on my Android Auto. So I run Android Auto from my Samsung phone on my Volkswagen Atlas 2019 version, which is the head unit isn't wireless, so I had to buy a device called AA Wireless. You can get it on, I think, Indiegogo for like $80. So I recommend that if you're needing a wireless solution for your Android Auto or CarPlay, Apple CarPlay. So check them out. But anyway, so that's just giving you the specs of what I work with. And so there's this little symbol that looks like a plus sign with a little Wi-Fi looking symbol next to it. And I'll show you what I'm talking. So the little thing looks like a plus sign with the sideways Wi-Fi. Couldn't figure out what that was. I'm used to the plus sign when you want to add something to your library in YouTube Music, as well as it's obviously on Apple Music as well. You just hit the plus sign, it puts it in your library. So then later on you could shuffle, your library or whatever. But I couldn't figure out what that was. I knew what the infinity was. I'd read up about that. That just means like an infinite playlist based on, the songs. It plays kind of similar styles in your queue. It keeps it going. And then you get the shuffle and repeat symbols. So right now, let's say if I had Shy Away from 21 Pilots playing, I requested that. If I went to the queue, it automatically queued up like basically the album. So you can see that it's just all the songs from the Scaled and Icy album. Go back to the song. Whoop, don't want to get pinged on that. So back to the song, and then if I didn't know what that plus sign with the little Wi-Fi symbol was, I would click it and nothing would happen, and I'd be like, all right, well, that didn't do anything, so what was the point? So I looked it up, and I found something on Reddit that said it adds it to a playlist, a radio playlist, but I was like, well, I don't understand. So I kept looking at my playlist. Nothing was happening when I would hit that icon on the screen. And finally I figured it out today after 4 minutes of this preamble. Once you hit that symbol for a song specifically that's playing, it changes your queue. So now it's like a radio station based on Shy Away. So you see it's got the Chainsmokers and 5 Seconds of Summer coming up. And then the way Apple Music works is it doesn't necessarily populate a lot of songs. It'll give you like the next 2, and then if you move to the next track, it'll populate another one. So it kind of keeps it fresh and keeps it, I guess, unpredictable, and maybe keeps you guessing. So you don't necessarily know what your entire upcoming queue will be until you actually work your way down the playlist. And then the cool thing is, like, let's say I was Let me turn the volume down. If I had made it to that song and I was like, I'm kind of feeling more like I want to hear a Chainsmokers radio, then I can just hit that button again, the same one, and go my queue, and now it's got like Post Malone, One Republic. Now, not necessarily a super diverse playlist from the previous one, but it does change it up. So let's basically try that out with the Post Malone one. The three dots you can add to the library. So this song is not in my library. I can add it. And now it goes back to where it puts it on the front screen. And then if I just tap it again, it makes a radio station out of, wow, look, it put a Chainsmoker song and a Khaled song. So that's the mystery. I didn't know what that symbol meant, and I couldn't really find it out on Google or like Reddit. I did see on an Apple support forum where it said something about here's a user guide or something, but who really wants to go through the hassle of reading through an entire tech user guide for an app or a device when you can just, we're so accustomed to just searching something on the internet. Anyway, so that was my experience. That was a long video to point out something that could have taken about 30 seconds. But, that's just the whole backstory, because you might experience these same types of things. But anyway, that's all for this tech mystery. And look forward to recording some more tips. And when I find out things that are frustrating me, hopefully it helps to defrustrate you in your search to make tech the most user-friendly experience in your day-to-day life. All right, have a good one.